welcome to my studio. I am real excited to show you how to do our poinsettia earrings, and these are made with a mold and our QuikWood. These are fun and simple, and once you have the basic cost, they're really inexpensive, so they make great Christmas presents. So this is a lot of fun. Let's get started.
We're working on our poinsettia earrings, and these make great gifts. They're simple and easy and really fast. So I'm going to show you how to make them. We're going to be using QuikWood, which is a wood putty epoxy. And the great thing I like about QuikWood, it has 30 minutes workable time. It's rock hard in an hour, and you can just keep on working. The one thing though, rock hard means rock hard in your jewelry. So take all of your jewelry off. I'm going to be using some vegetable spray. Yes, Pam will work, and spray it on my hands so it doesn't stick to my hands. And then we're also going to spray some into our mold, and you can decide if you want to use both of your molds or just one of them. And you want to make sure that you get in all of those little cracks and everything as well. So this takes such a little amount. This is such an inexpensive gift or item to make. That's totally up to you. I always say kind of the hardest thing to do with QuikWood is to cut such a small amount. So we just need a little piece. I'm going to put my end of my covering back on top of it, my little foil circle, and put it back in there and seal it back up. Take the plastic off. I can't tell you how many times people forget to take the plastic off. And this stores for quite a while, but if you have a little bit of crusty on the end, just remove it with your fingers and knead it. That's what makes it activate. You see the two different colors? There's your two different parts. And by kneading that together, you activate the QuikWood. So we're going to knead that till it's all one solid color, and it starts to get warm to the touch. So we have that all nice and kneaded. So I'm going to kind of see how much looks like we need here, and you can go ahead and put a bigger amount in, and we can roll it off the top. So put it into a round ball and squish that in. And then what I mean by take that off the top is anything that's sticking over the top, we're going to remove that with our thumb. And what you can do is have a little piece of plastic or something, you can put it in that and work it back into your next piece when you start that. So we want all of that nice and neat. We do not want it over the edges because then you start to lose your form. And what we're going to do on this piece is we're actually going to go ahead and bring it out, and I am going to cut a piece of packing tape, and I'm going to stick it right on to my little poinsettia. And you don't want to squish it to make it different, but you want to go ahead and just pop that right out. And there is our poinsettia. And see the little edges, these guys should be a little bit cleaner than they are, and sometimes maybe that's because we didn't quite push those in. And if you want to clean them up, you can clean them up. If you don't have a smooth one, put it back in and do it again. There's no right or wrong on that. But this is also going to be our working place. Now, we want to do this while it is still wet. And this is a thicker mold, and you're going to purchase your molds at miriamjoy.com. We've got the poinsettias for you. So we don't have to worry about moving it around as much. But if it's a little bit thinner, you might want to give it about 15 minutes to kind of get a little bit harder. But we don't want to do it too much longer than that because we don't want to lose our tackiness of our QuikWood, because we're going to start to paint on it. And with that, what we're going to use today is we're going to actually use powder And I'm going to use Pearl X, and it's a pigment powder, and I love doing this. I hate to paint 3D items, don't ask me why, and this is such a faster way than painting it, say, with acrylics. But if you want to paint it with acrylics, paint it with acrylics. Let it dry for an hour, and then any type of acrylics will be just fine, and then follow the rest of the instructions out after you're done painting it. So that's no problem. But I love the shininess of the Pearl X, the pigment powder. You can find these in your scrapbook section. I also have a really good supplier where you can buy individual ones as well at bluewhalearts.com. So I'm going to start with bright yellow, and I'm going to always pounce off in the lid because you get so much pigment powder. If you go straight from there to there, you get a whole bunch of powder, and it spreads all over the place. And I'm just going to start by dabbing that center right there, and that's all we need to do. And then I'm going to come in with my second color, and this is a russet, kind of a burgundy color, and we're just going to do right around that center, just a little bit darker, and kind of work our way out from there. And you already can see how fast this is going, I am sure of that. And now we're going to go, and I'm using magenta for this, and we're going to go ahead and finish the rest of it. And we're going to kind of come back over that. And you still want to do this nice and light. You do not want to apply any pressure because it is the glue, or excuse me, the QuikWood is still setting up. So we're going to work this all the way around. You're going to be amazed how easy this is. Now, one of the most important things I want to tell you is get the sides. You want to get that all covered up. So from where our russet color ends, in all those cracks, all the way down to the back of the tape. Get that all in the cracks and everything. And don't worry if you get it on the center a little bit. You can always come back with that color a little bit more. That's up to you. And if you want to do both of your earrings at one time, get them set up with the QuikWood, and then by the time you do the other one will be a little bit harder. That works great too. And you also can add a eye pin to these and put it right into the flower, and you can make yourself a necklace to match the set. Or if you have a flat back piece that you can glue it onto, you can do that as well. So there's a bunch of ways that you can make a set, and you also could use it for charms. Just think of different things. Don't get stuck in just thinking earrings. We're going to be using a post for these, so we're not going to worry about any wire on these. So I'm going to go back into my magenta, and to change my colors, I just wipe it off, paper towel, skin, whatever, and I'm just going to kind of bring that back in. If you wanted to do some of these outside ones green instead, pick one like maybe that guy right there and do him green. That would look really good as well, and you could bring that green in. We are done painting that. Isn't that awesome? I still just am so excited about how easy that is. So what I would do at this time, I would let it dry my hour, and then I would take this outside and leave this on, still on your tape, and just varnish it. And we want to use a spray varnish because this is powder, and it can move around on you if you use a brush on. If you needed to use a brush on, I'd still do a spray on first and then do it. And I want to do at least 3 coats. You can pick satin for this one, or you could pick gloss. For the more holiday festive feel, I like the shinier, so I would use at least a satin. That's totally up to you. Just spray it. I use Krylon, Rust-Oleum, anything that's inexpensive. I picked mine up at Walmart. Under $3 or $3 or $4. So, and just spray it real lightly. The next coat you could do a little bit heavier, and then put at least 3 coats on. And once that is all nice and dry, really good from your varnish, then you can go ahead and just peel it right off of the tape. And then what I did is I found a acrylic based paint that was the same color as the front, and I just put a layer or 2 of that, and then I varnished it again one more time. And then you're simply going to take your post, and you can pick these up, and they have the fronts and the backs. For these bigger earrings, I would pick up the bigger ones instead of the smaller ones. So they have these nice ones, and I probably will put a bigger back on these too, so they are more secure and will hold to the ear better. And we're going to use our E6000. E6000 is one of those super glues that stone to stone, rock to rock. Once you put these on, they should never come loose. If you can't find it in your craft section, we also have it at miriamjoy.com. I think we usually do buy one get one free, so we've always got it there if you needed to. So this does not need this much. I've got too much on my toothpick, I know that. I'm just going to put a little bit on each one of these. Put it right in the middle of that earring. You'd kind of want to base it out on weight, whatever you think that kind of fits in the middle. I'm going to push those in nice and hard. And then we're going to let these dry overnight. The glue tells you 24 hours. It's dry within a couple of hours, but it's nice to, especially you're giving it a gift, keep it that way for a while. And there is our simple, beautiful poinsettia earrings. Another suggestion for these is if you're a person that likes to do cards, you can make these and glue these onto your cards. If you have a special someone that you want that extra little bit, that would be a really cute thing to do. Or you can incorporate the earrings into the cards so they got a present with them. So that's something to think about.
Well, I hope you had fun with that. I can't wait to see what you come up with and how many gifts you can give using this method. Don't forget to order your mold and your QuikWood at miriamjoy.com. And as always, if you ever have any questions, please email me at art@miriamjoy.com. Have a wonderful Christmas.